Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly reading for December 2023. These messages are for Sun, Moon and Rising Libras. So thank you very much to everyone who likes, shares, comments on the videos, everyone who just watches the videos, everyone who subscribes. It's all very much appreciated. And if you'd like a personal reading, please see the information in the description box, the info on how to do that. So these are the oracle decks that I'm going to be using for the reading today. And I will just say, I've left us till last. I mean, as you probably know, if you've watched any videos, I'm a Libra, as I keep saying. And strangely, so the way I usually plan how I'm going to do the readings is I make each week as I record, I make a list before I start recording. Usually do it all in one go. This time I did 3 at a time. So I listed 3, did them, then listed the next 3. I sort of decide it's random each time I do it. And I listed 11 and then I was like, who have I missed? I haven't missed anyone. Who have I missed? But obviously there's only 11, so it's like 12 astrological signs. And I knew I'd missed someone and I couldn't for the life of me think who I'd missed. I kept on going through it mentally, all the fire signs, water, air, earth. And then after like 5 minutes, it was like, oh, Libra, which I am a Libra, so I should know that. But yeah, so I don't know, maybe do we feel like we've been forgotten? Possibly, is that something that's relevant here? Right, I'm going to say what I've said to all of the other signs as well on a different note now. I've had a bit of a hunch for the past 3 weeks now. That going into December, it's a time when people might be a bit more outspoken. People might say things that are controversial, that cause shake-ups. And I'm not talking about in the media because that happens all of the time in the media anyway. I'm talking about in our everyday, day-to-day lives. So as you're aware, we're in Sagittarius season now. And yes, upon reflection and looking at my astrology books and everything, I was sort of reminded that Sagittarius is a frank, open kind of energy, isn't it? It is an energy of what you see is what you get, telling it as it is. Sometimes it can come across as brutally honest, although I feel that most of the time there's not malicious intent, it's just very straight to the point. So bear that in mind if you want to, and we'll see if and how that plays out. But let's get into your reading. So starting off with a message from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. That's going to be like the main theme or the main thing that Libra Sun, Moon and Rising needs to know for the month of September. Why did I say September? There might have been something that happened in September that could be relevant now. And you know what? The candle's gone out, and why am I not surprised? As soon as I lit that, in fact, even before I lit the candle, I thought, is that candle going to go out during the reading? So I have a backup. So bear with me 1 second and I'll relight. Right, okay, Libra, we're back recording. Yeah, okay. So you might be prepared for something as well, because I had a feeling with that candle. I made sure that I had one spare right next to me, had the lighter next to me, so I was ready to sort it out. But anyway, let's look at your main message for December 2023. Miracles, wow, okay. Can't argue with that. And we have trust. So trust in miracles maybe, but let's see. So let's get your tarot cards out as well. And so let's look more. What's the miracle here, if the cards will tell us? Or is there anything we need to know about the miracle? Let's find out. Right, so I was just going to say, right, you've got the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. I had the Ace of Pentacles in my head as I was shuffling then. But let's see what comes out. So the theme, we've got 9 of Cups, and it is, yeah, I'm going to take it in reverse. So let's put it there. Libra's energy specifically, so your energy specifically within this and how you're dealing with things. I mean, the fact that that trust card was on the bottom and you've got miracles, you might, as I say, you might feel like you've been forgotten actually, because what I was going to say is you might be doubting that you can get what you want and be satisfied. So that is kind of a lack of trust in potentially in miracles. Again, possibly feeling like you've been forgotten. So your energy specifically is 4 of Swords, and I like how it's directly sideways, if that makes sense. So you've got the 4 of Swords there. I'm getting a waiting energy from it. I mean, I know the 4 of Swords is usually like, it's rest, isn't it? Recuperation, like you're purposely there resting to recover, but this kind of feels like just waiting. Yeah, that's what I've got so far. Right, external, any external energies, external or surrounding energies, whether it be a person, situation, energy itself. Page of Pentacles, okay. The word offer is in my head. Past energy. Two of Swords. Okay, I'm going to try that again. I mean, you've got Justice and the Nine of Swords, but I'm going to get current energy. The words make things right were in my head as I was, like, when I was talking. That's why I got a bit distracted and couldn't get my words out then. Yeah, make things right when I saw Justice and the Nine of Swords. Right, present or current energy. We've got the Eight of Swords. Potential future energy. I am going to try that again. See, we've got that Nine of Swords is out again. Eight of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles is there now. Potential future energy. Right. That's a lot to take, but I kind of trust it. So we've got the Seven of Wands. No, okay. I'm just getting no. Right. Queen of Cups, Chariot, but I'm hearing no, no, no. Or thinking no, 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 because I'm not literally hearing a voice in my head. It's just the thought, no. Potential future energy. That's far too many, Libra. This might be one of those things where the outcome well, I mean, the outcome is never guaranteed anyway, because we all have free will. But you know, one of those where it's dependent on something, like a chain reaction. I think I've said this in another reading where it's a chain reaction. So something has to happen, one particular thing has to happen before a specific outcome can happen. So it could be, that could explain why the card, okay, there we go. Seven of Swords, okay, in reverse, which is what you'd want it to be, because then for the most part, if there's any lies or deceit involved or anything, that's when the truth kind of comes out. That make things right energy is coming to mind again, because I know that one of the meanings for the Seven of Swords is where it can be something like returning to the crime. Actually, it can be about making things right. You know, like if somebody's done something wrong or deceitful, it can be where they try to, what's the word? Maybe retribution, but there's something else I'm thinking of and I can't, the word, something to that effect. But let's get your guidance. The miracle could very well be that if somebody has wronged you in any way, shape or form, or you feel that they've wronged you, you thought you'd never ever, they would never admit it, or they would never apologize, or they would never try to make up for it, something to that effect. And the miracle could very well be that the person comes out of the woodworks and kind of, yeah, that's a possibility, but who knows. We've got Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles. So in the advice, you've got change there, and Seven of Pentacles is kind of the, is it worth it though? We're going to have to, we'll clarify and then we'll get clearer on what's coming up here. So, Nine of Cups in reverse, I mean, that's where something, you're not quite satisfied with something, or, I mean, as I said, the Four of Swords is there, it's a waiting energy. It's kind of like, when am I going to be satisfied? When am I going to get what I need, possibly? Nine of Cups, please. So we've got the Two of Swords on top of the Two of Swords right now. Doubt is coming to mind. So it's that two truths again. So in the example I used about if somebody's done something that you feel has wronged you, it's kind of the two truths could be a desire for someone to come and apologize or admit to what they've done. But that on the other hand, feeling like, nah, it's never going to happen. So that would be two truths within the situation. It's like you want it, but you just don't think it's even possible. So if it did happen, it would be a miracle. We have the Nine of Cups. So that is your satisfaction. Let's try that again. It was going to be the Four of Wands, but I'm going to try it again because it didn't come out right. You have the Queen of Wands, and I'm hearing going in your favor again with that Nine of Cups now, like wondering when things are going to go in your favor. So we've got the Two of Wands there, and we have the King of Swords, but in reverse. I'm going to look at the Queen of Wands. I'm hearing respect that you deserve. I don't know why I'm getting so many thoughts in my head during the, I mean, yeah, obviously I get thoughts in the reading, but it's very distinctive compared to usual. Yeah, it's very quick and immediate, and yeah, it's Queen of Wands. So you've got the Three of Pentacles. I mean, that would be something working out for you, wouldn't it, in a way, or something coming together. This table, I swear, this batch of readings for this week, I feel like, yeah, every reading, I'm pretty sure the cards have fallen to the side of the table, and I thought I'd resolve that, because remember in the beginning when things kept on falling on the floor once I started using the table, and I got to a stage where it wasn't really happening. But this week's readings for the monthlies, every reading, cards have fallen down. We've got Queen of Pentacles. I mean, that is it's been valued, isn't it? So again, getting the respect that you deserve. And there are other people, well, likely other people involved with that Three of Pentacles, because it's working together with others, or it can be about bringing something to together as well. And being seen as well, being seen for who you are, being valued for who you are there. So here we have the Eight of Pentacles, but that's in reverse. Let's get one more. What follows on from that? Why is the Eight of Pentacles there in reverse, please? We have the Eight of Wands now. Something might have felt overwhelming here. So if there was something that you wanted to work on or put some kind of effort into, it may have felt overwhelming. And there might have been some uncertainty around it. Ooh, Seven of Wands as well. So that's another kind of overwhelming type energy. I mean, it can be an energy of having to stand up for something. It can be an energy of being attacked as well. But with the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, whatever it is or was, it kind of feels more effortless here. With these three energies together, it kind of feels effortless. Let's look at the Two of Wands can be a choice, choosing a path, can't it? Let's look at the Two of Wands. I'm curious about why that's there. Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Swords is there again. And then the Strength card. It kind of feels effortless. It's like getting what you need. It's like whatever path you choose or have chosen or whatever, you do kind of get what you need. So here you've got the abundance with that Nine of Pentacles, and she has a sense of peace as well, because she's kind of been left to her own devices. Four of Swords is a card of peace. It's a card of rest, isn't it? So you've got overwhelm here. If you feel like you've been attacked, or something's felt overwhelming, or you've done too much and you've been worn out, here's where you get the rest that you need, and you can kind of, if you need to rebuild your strength, that's part of things as well. Do I get one more after that Strength card? I mean, it could be part of the outcome is feeling strong once you get what you want. Sorry about that, Libra. I just had someone burst into the room without even realizing. And then even when I said I'm recording, it's like still asking for something. But anyway, yep, parent life. Yeah, what was I saying? Was I going to look at something after I think I was talking about the Strength card and saying that getting what you want kind of empowered, actually makes you feel empowered, possibly. Right, let's look at that King of Swords. I've gotten distracted now. So you got a bunch of cards here. I will take them though. Right, the one that's flown across the room is the Five of Swords, but it's the way it's facing me, it's in reverse. So we have the King of Cups. We've got the Knight, King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Wands, Six of Pentacles. And as I say, just bear with me 1 minute, Libra. Five of Swords decided to fly right across the room. Okay, so let me move these out of the way, because where are we? We've got the two. So as I said, that's like being valued, being seen, respected, whatever, getting what you deserve and things coming together. I still feel like that Two of Swords is doubt, doubt about getting what you want. We then have, as I said, the Two of Wands. So the path, whatever path you choose, it's kind of like, or the path you've chosen, you may have already chosen the path actually, and you've been on the journey, and then it's kind of like you come into a pivotal point where this is kind of the result of where what you've chosen. You may be here already, or this may be part of the journey, reaching a pivotal point. You've got this King of Swords energy here. So let me just look at the cards. Right, so there are two ways for me of looking at this King of Swords. So if this is just your energy, if this is just your energy, it's kind of turning things around in a way so that you kind of, or if there might be a desire to do this rather than it's actually happened, or it's a work in progress, as I often say. When cards are in reverse, it can be a work in progress. It's becoming more, trusting more how you feel, being sure of how you feel, and being willing to take action with that to kind of get what you need out of the situation to make things balanced, because Six of Pentacles is a card of being balanced. The Five of Swords, it can be a card of disruption to a certain degree. It's challenges, it's often opposition or disagreements with other people. So with that being in reverse, that's something that you either want to overcome or you have overcome. Again, if it's referring to another person, where I said if anyone owes you an apology or they've wronged you in any way, it's kind of like it's either a desire, or it's a desire for them to kind of grow up, basically. I know that sounds bad. Not grow up, but kind of acknowledge, have a sense of emotional maturity about the situation, be emotionally mature enough to recognize what they've done. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the King of Swords. With the King of Swords has his truth, and he's quite stubborn. I don't know if the right word is stubborn to describe the King of Swords, but he stands strongly by his truth. And just because he's a king and he has his truth, it doesn't necessarily mean he's right, does it? So, for example, the Queen of Swords, we acknowledge with the Queen of Swords that she has her truth, but she welcomes other people's truths. I know we'll talk about the King of Swords trying to be fair, but I suppose in the reverse, he can be more manipulative, can't he? He can be manipulative with the truth. He can be too logical as well. He may not consider emotions. But in reverse, if it's another person, it can be kind of that whole letting go of some of the logic and being more emotionally geared to things. Or I'm trying to get my thoughts out. So it can be dropping some of the logic, or it can be where somebody's being manipulative and they need to kind of be more emotionally aware of the impact of their behavior, words, attitude, whatever, towards other people. And it's once you gain that emotional maturity, them or you or whoever it is, then they can take action with that and they can do the right thing, which would be the Six of Pentacles. That's kind of doing the right thing, being fair, being generous, if you need to offer an apology, if you need to make amends, that sort of thing. And then the Five of Swords, I mean, that's where you kind of, it's moving past the conflict with it being in reverse. Right, so I'm going to leave that Nine of Cups there. I've spent ages on that, haven't I? So with the Nine of Cups, again, I still stand by what I said. It's kind of it's a process of getting what you deserve. Yeah, That's as much as I can say about that for now. So we will clarify and see what else comes out to make things clearer. So I said the Four of Swords feels like waiting. So whether it's waiting for someone to make amends, waiting for things to change, waiting for things to go in your favor. So I'm just putting all the cards back. I nearly got the wrong deck then, the original deck. So Four of Swords, and I am actually still recording. That would be annoying if I wasn't. Right, Four of Swords, your energy specifically. So you've got the Six of Cups. This, I feel this needs to be upright. I'm not even going to look at it when I feel it's upright. So Six of Cups, followed by the Empress. Page of Pentacles. Okay, I was actually going to say the Empress feels like a work in progress. Because obviously she's pregnant, so the baby that's in her belly is a work in progress in a way, isn't it? It's a process. Knight of Pentacles, I mean, that is a work. He's someone that works on something as well. He can be an apprenticeship energy. He's learning, he's growing, he's developing into that King of Pentacles, isn't he, eventually? Right, anything else for your energy? I mean, the Four of Swords can be figuring things out as well sometimes for me. We've got the Tower here. And you have the Ace of Wands and the Three of Cups. So I will look at the Six of Cups. So that's that's past energy, isn't it? Whatever it relates to. Yeah. 10 of Cups. That feels like you may have been working to achieve your happiness for a very long time, or trying to figure out how to get your sense of happiness in whatever situation it is for a very long time. That's where you kind of consult your intuition to kind of figure things out. You have the Ace of Cups, and that's just, again, it's the happiness, the feeling of fulfillment. What do you need to do? Maybe there is self-love involved here, self-care, because the Four of Swords, for me, if you're resting, that's a form of self-care, isn't it? But it, again, as I say, it's a work in progress. The Tower there is a change, isn't it? I mean, you've still got like a spark there. Three of Cups can be support, but I'll probably look at that. So I'm going to look at the Tower and the Three of Cups. So why is the Tower there, please? I'm hearing change in direction, a change in direction. That Tower might have been a change in direction. And then you've got the World. That's a new start, isn't it? So if you've got the Tower there, as I said, that's change. The Chariot is where you choose your path. And then the World is a new beginning. So you may have changed your direction within this. So even if you started something in the past in order to gain your sense of happiness or whatever it is, you may have even put a certain degree of effort in there, but you might have changed your path along the way. I mean, the Ace of Wands can be like a new spark as well, can't it? And it's a new chapter. So you might have made an adaptation, I believe is the right word, for how you want to achieve your happiness. And then you've got the Four of Wands there. So if you've made a change and changed your direction and started anew, then this is where you've built a new foundation. You've created a new foundation. Let's look at that Three of Cups, because I said that could be about support. Wow, okay. So you've got the Death card and the Four of Cups. And the thing that comes to mind is if there are other people, I mean, I did mention another person maybe needing to apologize or something, but them aside, if there are other people involved in this, this could be something where whatever it is that you're trying to do or create to be happy, you may have changed your alliances and the people that you're around. There may be one specific person where you they're out of the picture, and you've gotten to a point where you may have even been disappointed with that person, and they're out of the picture now, and you might have come to accept it and just be like, right, well, they're not going to be able, they just can't, for whatever reason. They're just not a part of my journey now. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you cut them off forever and you have nothing to do with them, or that you've even fallen out with them. I mean, you could have, but it's just that you're on very different paths and they're just not a part of where you're going now. So anything else for that Three of Cups? So it looks like you may have changed your circle of confidence or whatever you want to call it. 10 of Pentacles. So you are considering, I mean, this is long term now, the Three of Cups, the people that are around you now, if you've changed your circle, your tribe, however you want to put it, they are people that you can help each other long term, whether it means that you have a long term friendship, relationship, bond, or that it's just that it's people that are part of building the life that you want to build, and you're part of the life that they want to build for themselves as well. But again, there's still a waiting energy, isn't there? I mean, this could all be the desire for what you want as well. If it hasn't actually happened, it can be that this is what you want. You may have started off on a particular path and made some progress, but it's like, nah, I need to choose a new direction. This isn't working. I've waited for this far too long now, and it's just not going the way I want it, so it needs to change so that I can have a new spark. You may be thinking the people I'm around, it's just not, and it's not all about us. Like, the world doesn't revolve around what we want, but obviously if there are people in life who hold you back, or you're just not connecting with them as you feel you should, like it's always you're trying to make an effort to maintain a friendship or whatever with them, and you never get anything back, or they only contact you when they want something or something to that effect, then again it's changing your alliances and who you're around. So we'll leave that there. We'll move on to the external energy. So still waiting, I feel, still waiting somehow. So Page of Pentacles. I mean, there's a newness with that Page of Pentacles, isn't there? I've lost a card. There's a sense of newness. Like if it was a person that you've met, it's like it could be a brand new friend, a brand new romantic interest. It's the very beginning where you first meet and you start to get to know each other. It could be the energy as well, because I said that you may be at a point where you've started something and you've decided, no, I need to change that now. I need to try and do it a different way, change my path. That could be the energy around you of it's time to start again. You're going to have to start again because whatever you wanted previously, it's just not coming to fruition. It's just waiting and nothing's happened, however long that's gone on for. So Page of Pentacles. And I mean, this can happen in careers too, can't it? Where you're kind of trying to progress in a certain career path and you spend years or however long trying to make a move with it, and it just never seems to come to fruition in the way you want it to. And you get to a point where it's like, this isn't going to work. Or you even get to a point where you kind of get sick of it because it's like, well, I just don't even like it or love it anymore because it's just not working. And it's not just because it's not working, but maybe that was part of your destiny, if you want to call it that, where it's a lesson that you've had to learn that even though initially you loved it and you really wanted to pursue it, it's a stepping stone in your life's journey, life's destiny to lead you to something else. So Page of Pentacles. Newness, the world is a new beginning, new chapter, isn't it? It could potentially be someone, again, if there's an apology due or something like that, or you're trying to repair a relationship with somebody of any kind. It doesn't have to be romantic. That would be them coming in like a peace offering kind of thing, sort of saying, yeah, I want to start from scratch. Here, putting their cards on the table and saying, let's start from scratch and have a new beginning. Anything else for that Page of Wands? I almost half expected the Lovers to come out then after saying that. Right, we've got the King of Pentacles. So again, if that's a person external to you, they've grown up. Because with that Page of Pentacles, I mean, that's the kid version, that's the immature version, isn't it? Which, as I've said about the pages, it's not their fault they're immature, they're a child. Kids are immature, we grow up, we develop, and then becomes the King of Pentacles. So if that's them, they've grown up. If it's about your energy, it would be that the reason why you want to start again, or to change your direction is because you've probably outgrown the old situation or the old thing that you wanted to pursue. You've probably outgrown it. So it's like, well, there's nowhere for it to go now. It can't grow anymore. So you have to literally start from scratch. So anything else? But it's a capability. I mean, the Page of Pentacles is very capable of starting from scratch and building. You got Four of Pentacles there. That's interesting. I kind of like that. I'm going to get one more and then I'll say what I'm thinking. So there's two ways of looking at that Four of Pentacles. Why? That's half the deck now. Okay, I think I'm all right. I think they fell on top of something. Yeah, I don't know why this is happening all of a sudden when the cards were fine for a good while. So I'll tell you what's fallen on the floor. I'm not going to, I almost feel like I should take it, but I'm not going to. But I will give it like an honourable mention. Just check if any other cards. Yeah, one other card has fallen as well. So it's the Hermit. And that would be where, that's how someone would get mature, become mature, wouldn't they? And that is also how you would decide that you need to pursue a new path or a new direction, because you've had time to contemplate. You've been on the journey, because the Hermit goes on a journey. And that's where you kind of figure out, yeah, I need to start again. And then the other card that fell, the Five of Cups, it was disappointing before, wasn't it? Whatever happened before, it was disappointing, so that's why you would have decided. It's too much. It gets to the point where it's like, I can't deal with this anymore. It's just constantly disappointing. I'm constantly waiting. Nothing's growing, nothing's progressing. I've had enough. It just needs to be done. So I'm going to put those back, but I thought I'd mention them because they are relevant. And then you have the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So I'm just going to get something for the Nine of Wands, and then I've got a meaning for that as well. I should say these before I forget what they are actually, and then I'll share my thoughts. So one for the Nine of Wands, please. Yeah, okay. Right, so Four of Pentacles. I'll do the side of it if this is another person that you have some sort of bond with in whatever way it is, whether it is romantic or not. Four of Pentacles, that would have been them in Page of Pentacles energy, where they're not opening up, they're not giving very much, they're closed off, whatever it is. You're just not getting much out of them. They're stuck. It's in between the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. This is where the blockage is removed, and I may clarify that actually just to see what the blockage is. And they've become that Knight of Wands energy where they're kind of more open. I mean, you've got the maturity in the King of Pentacles there, but their attitude has changed and they're more open. They're willing to explore. I believe the Page of Cups it might be the Page of Pentacles as well actually, but one of the two, maybe both, can be connected to apologies. Either way, this is vulnerability, the Page of Cups, and it's expression, open expression. So yeah, that probably would be an apology, because that's being vulnerable, isn't it? I would say that the person is no longer resistant, whatever may have, with that Nine of Wands and the Fool together. If they were resistant before for whatever reason, or they felt defensive, because Nine of Wands can be a defensive kind of energy where somebody struggles, and then you've got the Four of Pentacles, which can be protective or defensive as well. It's where they've sort of freed themselves of that energy, and that's why there's able to be they're able to come in wanting a new start. If it's your energy, again, this is where you may have held on to whatever it was you wanted to pursue or that you wanted. But then, as I say, you've realised, actually, I'm holding on to it, but this thing is actually keeping me stuck now. It's not that I'm protecting it. It's that I'm literally stuck. I'm not moving. I'm not growing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not exploring. I'm not expressing. I'm just stuck with this thing, and it's time to let it go. So then you have the Knight of Wands, where you're willing to explore, go on a new adventure. You're willing to be vulnerable, to kind of acknowledge how you feel about it, and you kind of realise that it's been too much of a battle, too much of a struggle. It's the 9 there, you're nearly at the 10 now, and it's time to drop the burden and free yourself from it. So I'll leave that there. Oh no, let me have a look at that Four of Pentacles actually, quickly see what the stuckness is, if it will tell us if it's another person or if it's you. I mean, it could be either or, but let's see if there's anything specific in connection with that stuck Four of Pentacles, because to me, it's whether it's you or another person, it's stuck. Definitely stuck. Somebody's so for another person, they may not have acknowledged the truth or been able to express the truth. And same for you as well, actually. If it's you, you may not have acknowledged the truth of the situation or been able to express the truth, but you've got the Eight of Cups there. So as I said, this is where you kind of let go, isn't it? With the Eight of Cups, that's where you let go. I mean, the devil is just the things that hold you back. Let's get one more. I don't think it's going to be any clearer. I think the truth is key here. The truth keeps coming. I knew that was going to come out. I absolutely knew it. I was going to say the truth has come out for a lot of readings. And to be frank, when that devil came out, I knew the Ace of Swords was going to follow it. Yeah. It's truth. So for whatever reason, the stuckness is about truth, whether it's admitting the truth and you got this. No, I was going to say, did you have the Seven of Swords at the end, but you haven't got it, have you? Oh yeah, you have. You've got it here in the future energy. That's where the truth comes out. That's a big theme. So maybe that thing I was saying about having a hunch about people being outspoken, because it's happened in probably every reading, something about the truth now. Yeah, it's somebody's been held back from the truth, whether it is you or another person. So I will leave it there and move on, because I know your reading's going to be pretty long. I think Aries has had the longest reading so far. So where are we? We're not even on these yet, right? So that Page of Pentacles, it's new beginning, whether it's just you wanting one or someone else around you wants one. So Two of Swords, I mean, that's, let's see what comes out for that. That's a stuckness as well. That's like a stalemate, isn't it? And you've got it in the present as well, but we'll see what else comes out with that. So Ace of Cups. And I think I said it feels like doubt at the beginning, the two truths. So doubt of whether you're going to get what you want, but still wanting something. Ace of Cups. Right. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Anything else? Yeah, I get it. So it is the two truths, isn't it? So it's the one side of things is that you want something that fulfills you, don't you? But as I say, you've got the five of Swords at the end. That is where it can become a self-sabotaging thing. You know, like where I said with the Four of Pentacles there, it's like you get to the point where you realize that actually this thing that I'm protecting, this thing that I want, this thing that I'm holding on to, it's just keeping me stuck now. It's holding me back. And this is like the conflicts, isn't it? That is self-sabotage potentially, and you've got like a versus there, the fulfillment versus the conflicts. So it's the two truths. It's like this is, you probably have recognized at that point that you want something, but it's a massive struggle and doubt. You've doubted that you'll get it. You've doubted that you'll get that honors you, which would be the Queen of Swords. You get something that's in line with your truth, something that you value, that values you. If it's a person involved, as I said, a relationship, it's connecting, understanding, or if it's not a person, it's just connecting with something that you love that fulfills you in return. So yep, doubt and two truths with that past energy. So I don't need to go any deeper into that. Eight of Swords. I mean, this is still, it's still a stagnant, stuck kind of energy. It's still a sense of doubt, isn't it? Which does make sense because you've got the Four of Swords, which I said it feels like waiting here. And then the Nine of Cups was in reverse. And I said that sort of wondering when, kind of like when your ship's going to come in. I'm surprised the Three of Wands hasn't appeared actually, because that's the card of waiting for your ships to come in. So let's see what comes up in the present energy for the Eight of Swords. You still may not see it. You might have fully recognized mentally or emotionally, or a part of you has recognized that you're stuck, but you can't tell how to change things necessarily. You know that you want a new start, but you might not know how to cut the cord with death. So I think there's probably a desire for change. There is a desire for change, but it's how do you do it, or what's your next move? What do you do next? Well, you've got courage there with the Strength card. And also I would say resilience, but it's something else about not letting things wear you down, which you may have gotten to that point already because the Four of Swords is there. That may be where you've kind of worn down with it. So in order to regain your strength, it might be about letting go, possibly, or it takes courage to let go. The Star's there, so that gives a sense of hope as well. As much as it's the Eight of Swords and feeling stuck, I actually feel like, again, it's two truths again. Like a part of you may be feeling like, I just don't see how this is going to get any better or how this is going to change. But then there's a part that's hopeful as well. there's kind of a, even if it's only a little part, like say 90% of you was doubting it, there's a 10% part of you that's like, but I still want this, but I still wish it could happen, or I wish things could change and I could still get what I want. Maybe not the exact thing, but something of equal value. So next we have the Judgment, because there's desire for a second chance, isn't it? Whether it is with the same person, a different person, same situation, a different situation, it's a new opportunity. And that's where you've also acknowledged what has happened previously as well, the past energies, and you're ready to go on a new path. Yep. Because you want the stability, you want something that's stable, long term, whether it is a relationship, a particular situation, a path that you're pursuing. You want something that's solid, that's very solid and satisfactory. So I will leave that. So as I say, present current energy, you might still be kind of stuck, waiting, not sure what your next move should be, but the desire is there to change things. So Seven of Swords, future energy, I feel that's kind of where the truth comes to light. But let's see. Could potentially be avoiding taking a risk as well, actually, but let's see what happens. So Three of Pentacles, Hanged Man, so first, I believe it was the High Priestess. When the Hanged Man and the High Priestess come out together, that's a massive sense of deep thought and spiritual consultation. Even you might be praying a lot. You might be using spiritual aids. You might be watching a lot of readings, doing your own readings. You might have had personal readings or something, but a lot of spiritual meditation, even spiritual methods to kind of figure things out here. And that may help to reveal the truth to you if that's what it is. So Four of Cups, Five of Cups there. So, I mean, the Four of Cups, Five of Cups, that's disappointment, dissatisfaction. That's interesting. So Seven of Swords. We're clarifying the Seven of Swords in reverse. Let's get something for that Three of Pentacles, because that is where you kind of figure things out in a way, isn't it? Well, not figure things out, but it's about things working together or working out. So you've got the Emperor there. You have the Queen of Cups. And you have the Nine of Swords. What's under here? So Seven of Swords is there. Your advice is the Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles. I'm thinking you might really have to consider, in order to make things work and bring things together, you may have to really pay attention, I don't know how else to put it, to what the disappointment is and what the hurt is like. I guess shadow work is the easiest way to describe that. To be unstuck and overcome any challenges, you kind of have to get to the root of the problem of why you feel disappointed. And it probably sounds obvious, like say if it was you broke up with someone or something and wanted to get back together with them, it sounds obvious that the root of your disappointment and your hurt is because you broke up and you hurt, but there are other parts attached to that as well. Yes, you're upset because you hurt because of the breakup, but what were the issues in the relationship? Again, if it's a situation, you're disappointed because it's not working out, but what is the root of the problem of why it's not working out? So that's it's, as I say, it's about revealing the truth, potentially revealing the truth. Is it involving risk? Maybe a little bit, because obviously shadow work, inner work, sort of figuring out the shadow side, hidden side of things, it's not necessarily easy, is it? It's quite painful depending on what the situation is, so there can be a bit of risk there. But it is, for me, the future energy is one of kind of doing a deep dive to get to the root of things. I will clarify Four of Cups and see if it tells us anything specific. I mean, anxiety could be relevant here. There could be something about your own sense of personal power that's involved, or lack of personal power, or a need to have more of a sense of power in a situation, to take the lead more. There could be something about acknowledging your emotions. Maybe you need to acknowledge a sense of anxiety and how that's played a role in things. What am I doing? 4 of Cups. So, I mean, it's the truth, isn't it? It's like what I just said about discovering the truth and getting clarity on what the root of the problem is, of the disappointment, and the if something didn't work out, why it's not worked out. Because you can use that information to move forward. 8 of Swords, kind of figuring out why you were stuck. What made you feel stuck? Or what made you hold on to something? I've done that, probably months ago now, a couple of months ago. I had to figure out why I was holding on to something in particular. And I kind of, this may change actually, because anytime I think I've figured something out, there's like another level to it, and then it's like, oh, it's that too. I figured out in a particular situation why I was holding on to something is because I was angry. I was angry about something, so I was holding on to it because I was angry about it, and it was like I hadn't properly processed my anger, so that made me hold on to the situation. It sounds really weird, and I may or may not share that story at some point, but yeah, it was really strange. And since I've admitted my anger, and I'm still processing the anger, probably a month or two later, but I feel like it's helping to shift things within me. And I'm not saying that I'm angry and I'm going out and cussing everybody and attacking people and stuff. I'm just dealing with it, processing it by myself. But being brutally honest by it, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to love and light it and just be like, oh yeah, you've just got to get over it and love and light and meditate and let it dissipate, which that for some people that could work. It hasn't worked for me. I'm just letting myself acknowledge that I'm still angry, and not to hold on to it forever and to hold a grudge against someone forever or a situation. Allow it to kind of slowly figure itself out, work itself out, and go by itself. Like I have every trust that that anger will go eventually, but it's got to go naturally. I can't force it, because I think in the past I've forced it, or I've limited myself, and it's like, oh, you can be angry for like 1 second, but then you got to get over it and be love and light again. It's like, no, that's not how it works, because then you're being fake. So yep, thought I'd share that. So one more for the 4 of Pentacles. So you've got the Lovers there. I mean, that states to me that part of feeling stuck about something, it's an attachment, isn't it? The Lovers is a connection. It's an attachment. It's a strong desire to connect and choose something that you love. The one that wanted to come out was the 5 of Wands. But yeah, it felt like a burden. Whatever it is you loved or wanted to connect with, it felt like a burden. I'm not sure why it felt like a burden, but it became a burden. Again, I said that thing with the 4 of Pentacles, wherever that was here, that when you strongly desire something and hold on to it too long, but it doesn't move, nothing changes, that's where it holds you back, isn't it? It's that devil energy, because the devil can be obsession, and it has been said before that with the devil and the obsession energy, it's another side of the Lovers, isn't it? The Lovers is where you love it, but then the devil is where you become so attached to it, but you're not getting what you want from it, that you become obsessed with it. So I'll get one more for that 4 of Cups. Because for me, it's 4, 5, the 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. That leads to that, doesn't it? That's when you hurt, because it's just disappointing. So one more for the 4 of Cups, and then I'll finish there, because I know I've spent a long time on that as well. Yeah, 5 of Wands came back out. That wanted to be out. It's a sense of conflict in what you want and what actually happens. And there could be other people involved. I mean, I've mentioned potentially another person here lots of times. There could be interference from a number of people, but it's just a conflict of interest, even just the situation just not going. You may have wanted it, but it just didn't go the way you want it to, whether it did involve a person, a relationship, or it's just a situation, and you've been left out in the cold, maybe more than once. I mean, you've got 5 5s here. So it's like the situations needed to change, but yeah, stuck energy. So we'll leave that there. So that was your future energy. So I said the future energy, it's needing to reveal whatever's hidden, get into the root of why you felt stuck, why you felt hurt, and then that will potentially help you. And Hanged Man, spiritual development, the High Priestess, intuition, use those skills, use those abilities, use any spiritual aids that you can if you feel like you need to help you figure it out. to help you get to the root of the problem, because that will shift things along, that will change it. And your advice, it's similar, isn't it? It's the Wheel of Fortune. So the desire for change is there. And this is also where the universe gives you a helping hand as well. If you try to help yourself and figure out what needs changing and how to change and take action towards that, or you show up differently, you kind of change within yourself, the universe kind of helps you out as well. It sort of aids you. You've got the Seven of Pentacles there. That's a card of assessment as well. So again, as I said, in terms of figuring out what needs to change, how to change, the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Pentacles go hand in hand in terms of assessing things. And then, yeah, the universe should help you out. So Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles. And even if you don't believe the universe will help you, at the very least you can help yourself. So Seven of Wands. What's felt like a battle with that Seven of Wands? What has felt like a battle? What's been worth standing up for? And what has literally just felt like an absolute struggle, where it's like it's just not even worth it? Because I'm sure your intentions were not to suffer or to struggle in the situation. With that Three of Wands there, that's your intentions. Yep, Eight of Wands, you've got that sword, sorry, you've got that stuck energy again. Ace of Wands. So again, it's kind of assess your intentions within this, because that is a part. Your intentions will help you. Knowing the full extent of your intentions as well will help you to understand why you were stuck, what kept you holding on, what kept you in the dark. And then it becomes clear with the Ace of Swords. So let's get one more. Ten of Swords. Yep, then you can put an end to it. You can finally put an end to it and move forward, and hopefully get a miracle, and hopefully stop waiting if you've been waiting, and turn things around so you actually get the happiness that you deserve and the satisfaction that you deserve. So I will leave your reading there. Not sure what to call this reading, Libra, but I am finding it quite interesting. Let's get you a final message from the Sacred Power deck. Right, Libra, that just literally flew straight across the room. So I feel like that's right, to be honest. I don't know what it is yet. And it's so far away. I don't know if I can get this without tearing the mic down off the tripod. So just to see if I can pull that. Purification, 100%. 100%. I agree with it. It's what the whole situation needs. If you've been stuck, if you've been waiting, you're not sure why things aren't happening, working. And this is kind of similar to the Aries reading. The difference being with them is that theirs was, and this, it goes in line with Aries energy, it was an energy of whatever the challenges are, they're determined to figure out how to get past the challenges. Whereas this one is, you know there are challenges, but you're kind of waiting for something to change, or to figure out how to change it. So yeah, the whole thing needs to be purified. It's like you need a clean slate, a fresh start. Whether it's with the same person and situation, or just something completely different. So that may be in your title, actually, Purification. It might be called Can Purification Lead to Miracles? Let's see what you get from the Oracle of the Unicorns deck. So final cards of advice for Libra, please. Final card of advice for Libra. And doing the shadow work does purify situations, because it's that whole phoenix rising from the ashes energy, isn't it? Where you purify yourself, you purify your life, you purify the situation, and then you come out with something as someone new, or with a new situation. I feel like it will change you as well with that Hanged Man and High Priestess. There's something very deep within you that may change through this process as well. Right, we've got two. So you have strength, which you will need. And I always look at this, whenever I see black horses in particular in cards, in this particular deck, it feels like shadow work a lot of the time, because I don't think there are many black horses in the deck. Wow, look at the contrast. Look at the contrast. You've got strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in this situation. I fully agree with that as well. This is a really intense reading. And as I said, look at the contrast with the black and white horse, and then you have healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. So first and foremost, I feel the healer energy is healing. It's about healing yourself. I mean, you may have gifts and need to use those as well, or you already do. But the strength and healing, I feel that this is more so for you. It's that purification energy. And as I said, I mean, for me, the black horse, it speaks of shadow work. That doesn't mean it's evil or dark or anything like that, but it's about facing the darkness, isn't it? Facing the darkness, facing the shadows. I believe your last reading was about facing your shadow side, wasn't it, actually? And then healer, I mean, that's that sort of, when this is going to sound like I'm making some weird racial comparison now, so I hope nobody takes it the wrong way. Obviously I'm black, so I'm not taking it in any particular way. But yeah, when you get that white light energy, that's the kind of that purified energy. So again, I hope nobody takes that the wrong way. I'm not taking it in any particular way. So yeah. Right, so let's read the purification message from the Sacred Power reading cards. So it says, cleanse your environment and personal space. Water is deeply cleansing and purifying, which is why it's used in symbolic practices throughout the world. Water is the universal life force and symbol of purity and fertility. Often seen as life itself, without water we would not be able to exist in our physical form. Water sustains all life on earth. Water cleanses, quenches thirst, and refreshes all living systems. Purification as a symbolic practice brings us closer to our divine self and celestial and heavenly beings. Sacred traditions and practices wash away impurities from the soul and pollutants from the physical body. Purity allows us to see and hear the voice of truth and keeps our ego self in check. Right now, your body, mind, and spirit need to be purified. Clear unwanted energy by focusing on emotional balance. Eat clean, nutritious food. Now is the time to open your heart and soul to release any old trauma, pain, or emotional wounds. Suffering or regret that you are carrying in your spiritual backpack. Like a universal baptism, you are able to release these old energies and liberate your soul and mind from the old beliefs and physical restraints. Cleansing of your physical space is required now. Call on your angelic or spiritual helpers to assist you energetically with this task at home, work, or socially. Clean your home environment or workspace. Remove or donate any outdated or unwanted items, clearing old, stagnant energy. Water is a conduit for clear channeling and spirit communication. You may be feeling disconnected from spirit or your higher self. Spend time around running water, such as lakes, waterfalls, or streams, to purify your mind. Treat yourself to spa therapies or therapeutic baths to reset your senses. Be mindful during the moments you choose to spend time in and around water. Your observations and impressions will give you great insight into your current emotions. The affirmation says, I purify my soul, I release burden and expectation of choices. I am free to make my own decision with love and confidence. So there you go. I don't think there's anything I can add to that message. I think the only thing I will add with the horses, and as I said, the contrast between the black and white horses, it's making me think of this 7 of Swords card. I mean, you've got a black and white, kind of black and white ceiling up there. And it's like, as I say, if this is kind of like the shadows, having the strength to face the shadows, that's where you bring, as I said, with that 7 of Swords, it's where you bring the shadows to light, and you're able to see clearly. So I think I'll leave that message there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope there was something helpful here for you. I know it's a very long message. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like a personal reading, please see the description box below the video. Other than that, take care.